Hi guys, welcome to the show. Week 7 rundown there for the Premier League. We've got Jamie James. JJ is the winner. It's his Twitter handle on the left here. And who's joining us?
Welcome, Nigel.
I'm fired up this week, JJ. Fired right up. The Croydon Massive.
The Croydon
Massive, mate. That's where I thought you were from. More importantly, I am going 10 out of 10 this weekend, my friends.
Are you? And you're fired up this week. I'm not so fired up this week, I have to say, although it's rubbing off on me, your fired upness.
I am 10 out of 10 this weekend. I'm so fired up, I don't even know what to do. And I am going 10 out of 10. How about that, Nige?
Well, I can't believe you've actually picked 10 selections for once. You've usually sit on the fence and give 5 or 4. Most controversial ones, maybe like Hull or Watford to win against Man United or something like that. So I'm very intrigued to see what these fantastic 10 are.
Me too. And he drew a lot last week, didn't it? Which didn't quite pay off. However, of our overall stats, we've actually, all of us did well last week.
Didn't quite pay off. I mean, it was a Premier League draw, was it, last week?
Well, more importantly, I have made quite a lot of selections. I'm over 108%, which means I'm over 8% return. And I'm absolutely fired up. We're giving all these picks away for free. I'm happy. My paid clients are happy. And more importantly, SBR's happy and the punters at home are happy. Let's cash it today, my friends.
All right, we're going to start here. Everton versus Crystal Palace. This is a play for me, but Nigel, we're going to start with you.
I think there's goals in the game. Everton, Palace, I think they're two sides that like to play a bit of football. Palace have got a great record at Everton. I think they've only lost one in their last 6 visits. They're a side that Alan Pardew's linked with the England manager job now after the absolute shambles happened with Sam Allardyce in midweek. He's got something to prove, the Silver Fox. I think this is going to be a difficult one. JJ's an Everton fan, but I think 1.75, 1.7 is quite a bit of a short price. They've lost their last 2 games. I think it's a very difficult one to call. JJ last week did a lot of draws, maybe potentially a draw. But I think the 1.75 on both teams to score here is a fantastic bet. I think there's goals in this game. 3-2 in 2 years of the last 3. Lots of goals between the two sides. Lots of goals already this season. I think goals on the menu. 1.75, both teams to score for me.
All right, you're going for goals. I tell you what, I am expecting Everton to bounce back from their 1-0 Bournemouth defeat. They are on their turf. Yes, Crystal Palace are going to prove tough. And they do come from 3 back-to-back wins, albeit easy teams. They've got Sunderland, Middlesbrough, Stoke. Obviously, they did beat Saint Stoke in the League Cup, but I am going for an Everton win. If they let me down this week, I'm not betting Everton again. But this week, I'm going to 1.75.
Well, more importantly, make sure you follow me at JJ is a winner on the Twitter. I should be running for president, Natalie, because I get on very, very well with the millennials, and I also get on very well with the old people, like Nigel, for example. And what I'm saying is that today, I believe that Everton, as an Evertonian, I'm saying this as well, will get the job done. They are going to win. I absolutely love it at 1.75. All I am is a walking, money-making, love fest machine. And that is what's going to happen today on that pick there. Everton, 1.75. They get the job done, Natalie.
Love fest.
Love fest.
Love fest.
All I look after the millennials. I'm on the Twitter and I'm now on the groups. You know, I'm on the forums and things like that. But I do not forget the old people. For example, I got on very, very well with Nigel, and it's just great. And all I'm saying is, Everton win 1.75. I'm fired up.
Can I listen? I'm not so fired up. I'm fired up now because of this. JJ, right? Listen, how old are you?
Don't worry about how old I am, Nigel. You're much older than me.
I reckon I look 10 years younger than my age. I reckon you look 10 years older than your age. Listen, I'm fired up about that.
All right, Swansea versus Liverpool. Let's move on here. Swansea 8, Liverpool 1.5, draw 4.8. All those odds with Pinnacle. I'd say Liverpool are on form this season. 3 back-to-back wins against the likes of Chelsea, Leicester, a stunning 5-1 Hull victory. Definitely think Liverpool are strong in this match. Although I wouldn't play them, to be honest. Anybody playing them on the Asian handicap?
Let's ask Nigel.
No, it's the youngsters go first, surely. age before beauty.
Well, let me
Well,
tell
they
you.
say age before beauty, so
Well,
you can argue that one out.
Let me tell you what's going on here, my friends. I saw my dermatologist this week, and I said, why am I getting so red? I'm on the SBR with a beautiful Natalie and with Nigel, and I said, why am I going so red? She goes, JJ, you got to stop getting fired up. And I said, how can I stop getting fired up? I am taking Liverpool minus 1.5, my friends, on the Asian handicap. I'm getting over 2.0 on it. Liverpool, they did it to me last week. They'll do it again. They are winning by more than minus 1.5 goals, which is 2 goals. You're very lucky at home to be getting this privileged information, and it's happening. Liverpool minus 1.5. What do you think, Nigel?
I think absolute rubbish. I think Swansea, the last 6 games they played against Liverpool, they got a great record. They won 3-1 last season. Liverpool have never won by 1.5 goals in 6 years. We've spoken about Swansea before against when they played Chelsea. They played really, really well, got a draw. They played well against Man City, probably the best they played all season. The manager's under pressure. Liverpool, these are the kind of games they slip up. It's one for me not to have a bet. I wouldn't be fired up about this one. I'd watch it, I'd swerve it, but I wish you all the best.
Well, Natalie, he said this to me last week as well, didn't he? He was swerving it. He thought he was slipping over. I said last week on this show that Liverpool were going to put 3 or 4 past them. What happened, Natalie?
Yeah, 5-1. No, that was a good call.
There we go. And it's
You're
happening
wrong,
again.
you're
I'm
wrong.
not saying they're going to put 3 or 4 past them, my friends, but I am telling you now, I've got to hold myself back from the seat. They are winning by more than 2 goals this week. Take it in the bank and cash it, my friends.
All right. And then I was going to...
Turn me down, Natalie. I'm fired up.
All right, listen, I do have a bet for this match. Over 2.5 goals. It's not my bet there. It's low. It's 1.57. Over at Pinnacle, you can play the over 3. So obviously, 3 goals you bet is void. 1.98. I think that's fantastic odds. That's what I'm playing. I'm expecting goals in this match and also from both sides. Hull versus Chelsea is the next match we're going to preview today. Hull 6.8, Chelsea 1.5, draw 4.5. I do have a play for this match. Nigel, what are you going for?
Difficult for me. I'm not going to get involved. I think Chelsea obviously put in a terrible performance against Arsenal. Absolutely shambolic, especially in the first half. I think Arsenal played really, really well. But I think Hull now are a team that are going to get relegated. I think they get sucked into this relegation battle. I think they're a team to avoid. I think the bookies have obviously realised that as well. But Chelsea are too short for me at the prices. Chelsea have got a great record here. They've won 3-2 last time in the Premier League, 2-0 time before that. I wouldn't get involved. I think the prices look bad to me. Hull are totally a side that are going to go downward, and Chelsea got big problems. Not for me.
I don't know. I'm liking goals in this match, I have to say, Nigel, and also both teams to score. Obviously, Hull have got sort of like goals past the likes of Liverpool on the road, 2 past Stoke at home, 1 past Arsenal. I think we could see a goal from Hull as well. I like both teams to score 1.91 William Hill. I like the over 2.5 goals as well, 1.75. I think I'm going to go for both teams to score.
Well, there you go. What am I on this game there? What am I on this game?
I don't know what you're going for.
Well, Chelsea, and I'm on the Asian handicap. I sent it to you earlier. What am I on?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm on Chelsea on the Asian handicap. They're going to get the job done. We're not worried about that. That's what's coming in, my friends. Take it to the bank. All I need is Nigel to send me a wheelbarrow for me to count all my money this week. Because you know what I'm doing? I am going 10 out of 10. Put that in an accumulator, and this week, who knows? You could be a millionaire.
JJ, what you've done, you've just gone Captain Obvious and everything. You've suddenly trained. You've realised over the last couple of weeks you've got to go Captain Obvious. You've gone
a swear word in your
Captain Obvious
language.
now. Next week you hold picks, you Watford picks, you all in 5. Now you're going Captain Obvious. So
Moving on, Natalie. Come on, let's get going. I've now gone 3-0.
Who's hosting the show?
You are,
I
Natalie.
gave you the opportunity last week. You bottled out, didn't you?
I apologise.
And we all saw it on camera.
I apologise, darling. Let's keep moving forward.
It's not nice to cut off our friend Nigel.
Sorry, Nigel. I love Nigel.
Over in London.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. But he's changing his tune every week.
Yes, he is changing his tune, isn't he? He's Captain Obvious this week.
I am not Captain Obvious. All I am is a money-making love fest machine. Let's keep moving now.
Love fest machine. You've been on.
We take out the love fest part.
I am on the Twitter now. I am on the forums.
You have to throw in the love fest.
I am on the forums. I reach out to millennials, and I also reach out to the old men like Nigel. I do not discriminate. Come on, Nat. Let's keep moving.
The only people you reach out to is the old women on Tinder. That's all you reach out for. That you've obviously got lucky over the last couple of weeks, and you're full of it. So let's just calm down.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving, Nat. Come on.
Sunderland versus West Brom, a very close on the outrights here. Sunderland 2.5, West Brom 3.3, draw 3.2. All of those odds with Pinnacle. Pretty much both teams hit or miss right now. This could be quite a tough match to predict. Would you like to start first, or should we ask?
It is not a tough match to predict, Natalie. But let's first of all start with my friend Nigel. What do you think, Nigel?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's more.
Yeah, it's like pass the buck, isn't it? Oh, well, let's just see what Nigel will say. That's what you're doing, isn't it? No, let's start with you, JJ.
What, on me? You want me to give out? No. We'll start with Nigel, and then I will tell you what is going on. But I do respect Nigel, you know. Like I told you, I reach out to the millennials. I
respect your elders.
Reach out to the older people. What do you think is going to happen here, Nigel?
Well, hopefully I'll make it to kickoff because I'm getting so old now. I don't know if I'll be able to get through with the old tick again. But if I do, I don't think we're going to see a very good game. I think it's going to be under 2.5 goals.
Yeah.
Last 2 years, this game has finished 0-0. Last 2 years, Sunderland are dreadful. West Brom are dreadful. Two managers under huge pressure in Tony Pulis and David Moyes. I think this will be a draw, potentially, but one bet for me, under 2.5 goals all day long.
Yeah, do you know what, actually? I am going for the over 2.25 goals with Pinnacle. So basically half is void if they only score 2 goals. I actually quite like this line. If you look at their recent matches, their last 2 matches, they've actually combined scored 9. Oh. And they are also conceding. No, I quite like this bet, actually, although every time I say that, it doesn't come in. But I like that bet.
Sorry to interrupt, Natalie. I just got to say out. I was up on the treadmill this morning at 4:30.
Hanging your washing up?
No, I was not. I was on the treadmill this morning at 4:30 on the treadmill, had like 20 screens in front of me, and I was actually predicting games. I was analysing the situations the players have, the press conferences, etc., because I'm a professional. And what I was doing when I was looking this morning is I was looking at it, and all I could see, you told me that the only people that make money drawing are artists. Am I right?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's also another person, and that's JJ. And I am going for the draw, my friends. Take that to the bank and cash it. I am not joking this weekend. I am going 10 out of 10. And I'm not starting with it. It's my 3rd winner. We're going to draw on this game.
Just quickly, I was almost believing you on the treadmill until you threw in 20 screens. 20 screens. Are you telling me?
I was on the
What size is your wall?
I was on the treadmill this morning at 4:30 before Nigel even brushed his teeth.
Yeah, probably back home from a club, probably.
No, moving on, Ali. I'm fired up. I'm going red. All right. Stand me down.
Okay, so Nigel, you'll go for the under 2.5 goals in this match.
You know, I've lost all sense of reality on this show. It's all gone a bit crazy. JJ on a treadmill, 20 screens. I mean,
I know.
Who is he? Donald Trump or something? What is he? Who is this guy?
Well, I'm banning Donald Trump because I appeal to the millennials and I also appeal to the old people like you, Nigel.
All right.
I love this. I love this thing in here. It's brilliant. JJ.
Come on, Nigel. You got to hit him back now. He'll have some killers under his belt. You just wait. He's been quiet.
What I do is I hit him back with facts, research, proper analysis. When he's at the treadmill doing that kind of stuff, pretending on his Tinder, chatting to 75 Costa Rica, pretending that he's some big player. I'm actually at these press conferences. I actually meet these players. Draw all day long. Agree with that. Under 2.5 goals for me.
There you go, Nigel. Well done, my friend. Welcome, Nigel.
Watford versus Bournemouth. Watford 2.4, Bournemouth 3.4, and then the draw also, 3.4 and then 3.3. They're all with Pinnacle. This is, and I think it's my only pass of the entire weekend. What about you? What have you got?
The only people that make money passing, Natalie, are NFL quarterbacks, and I do not see you with the greatest respect, love, being an NFL quarterback.
Really?
Or my friend Nigel.
Why not?
What does Nigel think's going to happen?
Well, I think whenever you get two sides in football matches that are very evenly matched, like these two are, and I think if you ask 50 people, 100 people in the street, as I said to Natalie loads of times when we've spoken about these kind of games before, I think if you can get the best price on the draw, I think it's the value. And I think this is a game that nobody can split the two sides. In 4 of the last 5 years, this game's been a draw. Both games last year ended in a draw. And it's the biggest price of both of the outcomes. And
Yeah, well, and also
represent fantastic value.
Yeah. Don't forget though, Watford last home match beat Man U 3-1. I would have actually gone for a lean of a Watford win there, sort of bring me with confidence. Obviously, Bournemouth though beat Everton just a narrow lead.
We'll talk about that, Natalie.
1-0. Do you not think that Watford sort of got the slightly upper hand here?
Me?
Yes.
Well, I mean, you've
the only one that's talking sense right now. Yes, please.
Well, I'm fired up.
I'd like to hear what you think, Nigel.
On the back of the Man United game, they've gone away and they've got beaten by Burnley. So, no, they're not. I think the draw here is the most sensible play. Never, when you've got two teams, the bookies can't split, and the draw is the biggest price of the 3 outcomes. It's a great bet to have the draw in these kind of games. If you're backing them at 30% to be the draw, if you backed every game that was equally poised, you'd make money. And I think 3.25 here, 30.8%, it's a fantastic bet.
All right, go for the draw. I'm passing. What do you got?
Oh, I'm glad you asked me, Natalie. I didn't think I was here. What?
Really?
Yeah, I didn't think I was here.
I know you're here.
I tell you what, I have to actually go with Nigel. I'm actually taking the draw. Money talks, wealth whispers.
And what do you do? You certainly yelling.
I did the draw. Come on, Nat. Fire it up.
All right. West Ham versus Middlesbrough. West Ham 2.2, Middlesbrough 3.7, draw 3.4. Now, Nigel, you were sort of talking, and we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago as well. You know, West Ham, although they've got the home advantage, it's not quite their home yet. And also, they've got the pitch, and then they've got the running track around it.
Yeah.
You can't sort of consider that as their home, right? It's almost like it's away. Nigel.
Okay.
Nigel, please.
This is actually a game I'll be at the weekend. I'm going to West Ham.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be at the game this weekend. I think Middlesbrough are a decent price here. I think there's huge problems at West Ham, as we've spoken about loads of times on the show. I think West Ham are a team in turmoil. They can't defend. They're letting goals left, right, and centre. Stupid goals as well. The team went out the weekend in Knightsbridge on Monday night. They were all out on the razzle. The fans have turned against them a little bit.
Which is so good. It's good to be on the razzle, my friend.
Picked up on that word.
Yeah, but the thing is, I wouldn't back you, JJ, playing 90 minutes of football against anyone if you've been on the razzle. And I think people like Andy Carroll and people like that, they're not fit enough to do this. You know, they're a team that in trouble. This is a big fan base. Well, I think Middlesbrough come here. I think they could win it. I think they've got a great chance. I like Middlesbrough. 2.7.
All right, so you disagree. What are you going for?
Totally disagree with that, Nigel. I love Nigel, even though he's a little bit older and he's new to the Twitter sphere and things like that. I'm telling you, they went out on the piss the other night to West Ham. They sorted out. You've got to bear in mind, Natalie, that Nigel is a passionate Arsenal fan. And may I add to that as well, that he's one of those Arsenal fans that does not like Arsene Wenger. And me, as a soccer fan, football fan, whatever you want to call it, I love Arsene Wenger. I think he's great. And I'm telling you now, they went out, they did a bit of team bonding, they went out on the piss, they had a few stellars and a few shots, whatever they did. And I'm telling you now, I've always had a soft spot for West Ham in my heart, being from Bristol. And I'll tell you what, West Ham will go out there this weekend and they will win, my friends. All I am doing at the moment is counting money. Nigel, please send me one of your wheelbarrows from where you are in London, because I need a bigger wheelbarrow and a money-making counting machine to count all the money I'm making this weekend, my friend.
There's no point.
All right, I'm going to go for the under 2.5 goals in this.
West Ham's winning, my friends.
All right, I got that.
Sorry, Nat, I don't know what I said. All I want to do is just, I'm a professional, and all I want to do is the punters at home to make money. And I'm telling you now, West Ham are winning this game, my friends.
All right, I'm going to go for the under 2.5 goals in this match. 1.91 by Pinnacle. I think neither team are doing particularly well this season. I just see that this being an under 2.5 goals.
And may I add as well, Natalie,
Yep.
you are absolutely top of the board.
And I know.
I actually am bottom.
Yep.
I cannot believe that I'm losing to Nigel. Nigel is actually now taking me over. And
You've actually got a bigger...
boom, give me a fist bump. Boom. Natalie is top of the board. So do make sure you're following Natalie's plays. But you know what? This is not a sprint, my friends. This is a marathon. And I am the best handicapper, gambler in the world when it comes to the Premier League, my friends. Thank you. Man
United versus Stoke. Devils are a short price there on their turf, 1.3. Stoke, 11.5, draw 5.7. Man United obviously have a bit, again, I would say hit or miss, but I think they obviously come from a confidence-boosting 4-1 Leicester win. I like their price. Well, I like them at their home, to be honest with you. I think that they'll get the job done, but I'm actually going to combine it with the under 4.5 goals, which is 1.62, not a huge amount of value. Last fixture at Manchester United ended 3-0. Looking at their history, no match has gone over 3 goals, their last 5 head-to-heads played. I think that's quite a secure bet. It was one of my favourites, although it's slightly strange. But Manchester United and the under 4.5 goals. Nigel, what's your tip?
Well, I think it's a dip. I mean, it's an obvious tip. Man United will win this game. Stoke never, ever perform well when they go to Manchester United. Manchester United will win this game. There's no doubt about it. They're very short price to do it. Stoke are a side. They're in turmoil at the moment. It last 1975 or 1976 last time Stoke won here. I think what you're saying from the same hymn sheet. It'll be 2-0, 3-0, Man United. Man United's win under 4.5 goals is a great shout for me.
Yeah.
But for me, it's not one of these games that sort of attracts me on the betting coupon this weekend, and something I'll probably more.
So you're going to avoid that one. Would you go for a win to nil?
Yeah, I think I probably would. Stoke haven't got many goals in them. They're struggling for any form.
Yeah.
They're struggling for anything at the moment. So yeah, I probably would do. Mark Hughes, a manager under pressure, goes back to Manchester United. Hasn't got a good record against his former club, and I think that's. I think Man United probably win to nil, but I'd probably swerve it.
All right, I've got the feeling JJ wants to say something now.
Fan me down, Natalie. Fan me down. I'm telling you now.
Hose you down.
Fan me down. Hose me down. Do whatever you can do. Because all I can't stop doing is taking money from the bookies. I am taking Manchester United minus 1.5 goals. Take that to the bank, my friends, and cash it. That is what's happening. Fan me down that. I'm going red.
Actually, I agree with. I like that bet actually.
Good. Fan me down that is happening.
First little bit of sense you've made. All right, Leicester versus Southampton is the next match. Leicester 2.2, Southampton 3.7, and the draw 3.4, all with Pinnacle. Now, Nigel, I did have a sneaky look at the bets you sent. Normally, I don't look, but I did have a sneaky look on this one. And you're going Southampton, draw no bet. I'm actually
going Southampton?
Draw no bet, yeah, and I'm doing Leicester draw no bet. And the reason why I'm going Leicester draw no bet is obviously they come from their second Champions League win now. Second week, they beat Porto 1-0. They beat Club Bruges the first week 3-0. I think high off that win, I think at home as well. I think if it was the other way around, Nigel, I may be playing the Saints draw no bet. But why have you gone for the Saints draw no bet?
I've actually gone for Southampton double chance, so I get the draw
you're
as well.
What does that mean? Southampton double chance, Nigel?
So it means I get the draw and Southampton as a win. As long as Leicester don't win, I'm in the money. I think Leicester are worth taking on.
Yeah.
And the reason why I think they're worth taking on is because they have a massive Champions League game again in next week against Copenhagen at home. They play Chelsea the following week, and their league form is going to suffer at some stage. Mm-hmm. Southampton are banging form. They've won their last 4 Premier League games. They're unbeaten in their last 5. They haven't even conceded a goal in their last 5, including a 0-0 draw in the Europa League tonight in a very tough place over in Israel. And I think Southampton are a side that are starting now. At the beginning of the season, I thought they were a side that were going to struggle. I thought the manager wasn't making the right decisions. He's now getting the right team. He's getting the best out of the side. Defensively, they're really, really strong. And I'm not quite convinced about Leicester. I think Leicester will throw all their eggs into the Champions League. They can't win the Premier League.
I know, I'm thinking that as well.
They're not going to make the Champions League. If they can finish top half this season and have a good run in the Champions League, that'll be a fantastic season for them. And I think their league form may suffer from the Champions League thing. So I think Southampton here, double chance is the bet for me.
All right, JJ, over to you. Dying to hear what you've got to say.
I can smell it, Natalie. I can feel what's going on here. And I'll tell you what, we haven't got to worry about a draw, no bet, or double chance, whatever it is you guys talk about. All I am interested in is the Southampton win, my friends. They are winning. I'm getting over 3.6. All I do not know what to do is, with all the money I'm going to make this weekend, I'm going 10 out of 10, Natalie. And I'm not even joking.
Well, one day you might, but I'm not sure about if it's this week.
I'm doing it this weekend.
All right.
I'll do a victory dance. I'm fired up.
Tottenham versus Man City. Man City 2.2, Tottenham 3.5, and then the draw 3.6. Certainly a key fixture this weekend between first and second place. Obviously, you both have had Champions League fixtures this week, so they're both at sort of that disadvantage. Tottenham have got the home advantage. I think it's going to be a fantastic match. But let's start with you, JJ.
Well, let's start with my friend Nigel. He's got all the answers. What do you reckon, Nigel?
Mate, I wouldn't get involved in the match. I think Man City could be a bit vulnerable here. I think Tottenham are a decent side. I do agree with Natty, which on her intro there, which she said there's potentially lots of goals. But I found the bet here, and my bet is on something a little bit left field. It's something on not on the actual outcome of the match, but
I think Captain Obvious play.
Well, I think Sergio Aguero, mate, to score any time at 2.25 is an absolute brilliant bet. I mean, I think he scored 4 goals in a couple of games against Tottenham a few seasons ago. He scored, I think, 11 goals in 9 matches against Tottenham. He always seems to score against them. He's started off the Premier League absolutely on fire. And I think 2.25 in a game that promises a huge amount of goals, and he's the main man who's going to score for them. I mean, he's going to be the top Premier League goal scorer. He's the best player in the Premier League by an absolute mile. I think 2.25 him to score at any time is a great bet.
Well, last fixture at Spurs ended 4-1. Last meeting at Man City ended 2-1. I am actually going to take the over 2.5 goals as my official pick, 1.74. I think we are going to see goals. I'm hoping we're going to see goals. What do you like?
Goals, goals, goals. That's why I'm on that, Lee. And I'll tell you now, Man City, they did not look very clever the other night against Celtic. Am I right, Nigel?
Didn't watch the game, JJ. I was out.
Well, I did. I watched the game. I actually put Celtic as an official play. I got a lot of death threats for doing that and things like that. But I'll tell you what, they are not the team they are made out to be. And I do love people from Manchester, by the way. Don't
You're sitting next to one. You better do, Mr. Love Fest.
All I am is a love fest. But all I'm saying is that it's not going to happen. We are going to see an upset. Pep, you're under pressure, my friend. You don't know how to handle the pressure. And I'm telling you now, we are going to see a Tottenham win. And I are going to be I'm going 10 out of 10 now. I keep telling you about this. You think I'm lying. Tottenham will win. And I'm getting a massive 3.10 with our friends that are parrying this show at Pinnacle. I'm fired up.
So you're not actually the first person to say that.
I'm fired up, Danny.
So the Tottenham win. Do you think we'll see sort of like an upset here, the Tottenham win? Actually, it's not the upset, is it? Do you think we'll see a Tottenham win there, Nigel?
Yes.
I think it's got a good potential.
Nigel?
Sorry, Nigel. What do you reckon, mate?
Well, I wouldn't go so far. I think they could win it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they got a draw. I wouldn't be surprised. I think Man City is still just class above. They had their slip up against Celtic. Celtic raised their game immensely. The crowd got behind them, but that was a slip up. You know, their form is rock solid. They're the odds-on favourites to win the Premier League for a reason. Tottenham have had a very, very difficult week as well. I mean, they went over to Moscow in the Champions League, come back. I think it could be a draw, but I think Aguero. I think there's goals. I agree with you, Natalie, on the goals front.
Yeah.
But I think if there's goals, Aguero scores. There's no doubt about it.
Don't worry about that, Nat, because I told you at the start of the season there was only one team, because there's only one winner that is going to win the Premier League this season. Who was that going to be?
Everton.
No, I never said that.
Burnley.
Come on, Natalie. I said Manchester United. That is the best team in the world and in the Premier League, and they are going to be lifting up the trophy because they are winners like me, like Charlie Sheen, and like JJ is a winner. All
right. There you have it. Burnley versus Arsenal now. Next match, Burnley 9.9, Arsenal 1.4, and then the draw 5.1, all odds with Pinnacle. I'm just a little bit nervous about which Burnley's going to turn up. They come from a sort of a Monday victory against Watford there. They weren't predicted to win. They've got the home advantage, and I'm not saying that they can win. Will they prove any sort of difficulty to Arsenal, Nigel?
I think Arsenal win these kind of games. This is what they've done for years and years and years. I mean, they go to these kind of clubs and actually beat them. They beat them 1-0 the last time they played back in 2015. Arsenal looking a lot stronger defensively now with the new signings. I think Arsenal do a professional job. I think Arsenal win this 2-0. Burnley games at home don't really see many goals. I think under 2.5 goals, both teams not to score is a decent bet as well. But I think Arsenal go up there. They do the job. Theo Walcott's playing well, scoring goals as well, looking back on fire again, trying to get back in the setup. But I think Arsenal will go there, and I think they'll do a professional job. Arsenal to win 2-0 for me, and I think you can get around about 2.25. I think it's a decent price.
Yeah, I think it's a step because of just looking at their play this season, Arsenal 15 goals scored, 7 conceded. Burnley 5 goals scored, 8 conceded. I think this match has goals written all over it. I'm taking as my official play here over 2.5 goals, 1.7, Bet365. JJ is a winner. What have you got?
Well, congratulations, Mr. Arsene Wenger. I love you. I do not care what they say about you. You've revolutionised the Premier League. You went in there last week. You've been in the Premier League over 20 years I should say, and he got the job done. I love you, Mr. Arsene Wenger, and I'm an Evertonian, but I'm a soccer fan as well, and I absolutely love Arsene Wenger. And I haven't got much time for the people that hate Arsene Wenger, to be totally honest here, Natalie. He is a revolutionary. He's a little bit like me. And I'll tell you what, I actually agree with Nigel. I think Arsenal will get the job done. I've got them -1 at 1.825, I think, with our dear friends at Pinnacle. And all you're doing is just printing money for JJ. Because that's what's going to happen. -1, Arsenal. I love it. I'm fired up. Fan me down there.
Natalie, can I just say something? Is that all right?
Go for it, Nigel.
Fired up.
I'm
Fan me down there.
just fanning JJ right now, but go on.
Just about Wenger.
Huh?
This is a very important factor. Obviously, English football in the last 72 hours has been blocked by the allegations with Sam Allardyce, and Sam Allardyce lost his England job, and the England manager's job is up for renewal. Arsene Wenger is a real lively candidate to be the next England manager.
I agree with you, mate. And I actually hope, and I know you don't like, you're an Arsene fan out, and that's fair enough because it's all about opinions, Natalie. I'm a very open-minded guy, and I'm a lover, not a hater. And everyone is allowed their opinions, but I would not mind Arsene Wenger to be the coach of England. Do you know what it would be? It would be a privilege.
Yep. And what he would be so fitted for that job, he would shake the FA up. He would make the grassroots football become an England thing. And I'm telling you now, I mean, I'm not on the treadmill at 4 o'clock at 26. I'm out talking to football players. I'm out talking to football players. I'm out talking to people who know agents and stuff like that. Arsene Wenger is #1 candidate for the FA.
What price would we get for that, mate? Sorry to interrupt you. What price would we get?
Get 7.0 now.
Wow.
It was 25. Yesterday.
That's got to be worth a couple of quid, mate, hasn't it?
If he wants the job, it's his job. The other thing about it, he's out of contract at Arsenal end of the season. He's a man who will never walk away from a contract.
There you go.
If he wants the England manager's job, it's his. I guarantee you it's his. It's whether he wants it or not. But Arsene Wenger is a big runner for the England job.
Yes, good wise words there, my friend. If you're watching Mr. Wanger, and I'm sure you are, follow me at JJ is a winner. I should be running for president because I get on well with the millennials and I get on with the older people like Nigel. And follow me, Mr. Wanger, at JJ is a winner on the Twitter. And let's make some money together, my friend.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Do make sure to tune back next week, same time, for our Premier League rundown. JJ, it was certainly a pleasure today. Very interesting.
Thank you, Nigel. Fire up.
Nigel,
Bye,
thank
take
you.
care.
So we're giving you picks every day, and you're probably making your own as well. Be sure to participate in SBR's weekly Twitter Bankroll Challenge. Just post your picks on Twitter with @SBR Sports Picks and the hashtag BetSBR before 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day, Monday through Friday. We'll be betting your picks, and if the bankroll is positive at the end of the week, you could win the profits. Picks must be of events taking place that day and available in at least one of the major sportsbooks shown in our Best Sportsbooks page.